Today I'm going to show you how to run a motion offense in youth basketball. Motion offenses are a thing of beauty, but many coaches try and put in too many rules, which only complicates the offense and frustrates the players. I'm here to simplify the offense for you and teach you how to move around the court like a boss. I'm Coach Charlie with Attack Basketball Academy. As a premier basketball player development coach, I have trained thousands of players around the world on the skills and techniques needed to dominate in a motion offense. This was the offense I played in the most when I was a dominant player at Indiana University for Coach Bobby Knight. So I'm excited to share with you my tips and tricks. with you. In this video today, I'm going to show you the 2 surefire ways to run an effective motion offense every time. Next, I'm going to show you the 2 mistakes you are making that are killing your motion offense. Last, I'm going to show you the number 1 trick to dominating with a motion offense. And on top of that, I have a bonus that I'll give to you, but only if you stick around to the very end. Let's get right into the 2 surefire ways to run an effective motion offense every time. So you need to understand the mentality of a great offensive team. And it all starts first with spacing. See, the key teaching point with spacing is you want to make sure that each player is about 12 to 15 feet apart. And what happens in that situation is you're looking to create what I call single gaps or super gaps. Single gaps are you may have a player slightly closer around that 12 feet mark, more so where a defender, if you can picture this, a defender that's guarding your teammate, if you have the ball, they have to be in a denial stance with the arm closest to the ball in the passing lane to make that pass very tough for your teammate to catch. A super gap is more so where that same defender on the same side, say the strong side of the basketball, if your teammate's about 15 feet away from you, they kind of can't deny that because your teammate, I should say, can easily backdoor cut them because the space is too far apart. And what ends up happening now, what do you want to attack? And I'm always telling my players and share with my players, attack the super gaps. Trust your instincts and attack the super gaps because once you get around your primary defender in a super gap attack situation, it typically becomes a 2 versus 1 where now either you're going to drive to the basket to score or you're going to make a play for your teammate, okay? And the second thing I want to share with you that goes along with the spacing is ball movement because you want the defense moving and uncomfortable with their closeouts. See, the hardest thing to master defensively is the closeout, especially at the youth level. Why? Because you don't know who you're guarding. It's not like you're taking notes, you're watching hours of films before you play. No disrespect to it, but I'm just trying to give you an understanding. A lot of times when you're playing at club level, you're showing up at games looking at people that you probably played against before to understand their tendencies, or you're looking to see what they're doing in layup lines. Who can shoot, who can jump, who's left-handed, who's right-handed. So therefore, your scouting reports normally dictate your closeouts. If they can shoot, you're going to play them closer. Make them put the ball on the ground. If they can't, you're going to back up. Make them shoot it, right? So you don't know that. So with that being said, with ball movement, you want to get ball reversals because you want to create long closeout situations that most defenders can't adjust to in enough time. Before I show you the 2 mistakes you're making that are killing your motion offense, I noticed that you're not a subscriber. I develop premier basketball players, and we have a lot of information on this channel. I roll out 20 new high-quality videos every month to help you. So you may want to become a subscriber. Click that subscribe button. Now let me show you the 2 mistakes you're making that are killing your motion offense. See, you're not concentrating enough on player movement. See, you must be hard to guard. The third thing I share with players, first thing being spacing, 12 to 15 feet of space. Second thing being ball movement. We got to get ball reversals. The third thing is you must be hard to guard. Player movement. Key teaching point. Be hard to guard. I remember in college, like it was yesterday, and I hear it all the time in my head. I had an assistant coach who would always say Chaz. He wouldn't call me Charlie. He would call me Chaz. Loved it, right? Chaz, you got to be hard to guard. That's why I'm telling you, you got to be hard to guard. Because a lot of times you're learning how to move without the basketball. Okay? How to get open, how to cut. So when you get it, you're going to attack the what? Single or super gaps to make a play for yourself or your teammates. Okay, here's the second thing you're not doing. You're not mastering penetrating pitch. See, the key to mastering penetrating pitch is to understand you must attack the single or super gaps to attract help. That's how you make plays for your teammates. See, making plays for yourself first is attacking. Then when you attract help, you have to do what? Make a play for your teammate and pass the basketball. So you have to have penetrating pitch in your mind. So first we talked about spacing, 12 to 15 feet of space. Then we talked about ball movement. We got to get ball reversals, right? Third, to me, is player movement. The mentality of a great offensive team, you got players that understand how to move. And a lot of times you learn how to move without the basketball. That is the key. And I want to give you something here. When you attack to attract, here's some simple mental reminders that are like rhymes, right? So when do you pass the ball? Very simple. When you attack to attract, you attract help. See face, got space, make pass. You saw a defender come from your right. You see their face, 1-2 stop, jump stop. Congratulations, pass the basketball. You got space. That's simple. See face, got space, make pass. I'm going to my right, single gap, super gap attack, beat my primary defender. That the primary defender teammate came up. I saw their face. I stopped. I passed in the direction they came from. That simple. See face, got space, make pass. When do you keep the basketball? Very simple. They got beat. They don't want to help anymore. We're talking about the secondary help. You see their back now, right? So when you see their back, keep your attack. See back, keep attack. See face, got space, make pass. That's what you have on your mind. It's that simple. You become a willing passer because all you're going to do is pass the ball in the direction the help came from. You learn how to understand auto scoring now because when you penetrate, they can't help. Why? Because that long closeout. That simple. Now that you know how to use ball and player movement to run an effective motion offense, I want you to comment below with be hard to guard to let us know you are ready to use your new knowledge from this video to move around the court like a boss. Go ahead and drop be hard to guard in the comments below. Now I'm going to show you the number one trick to dominating in a motion offense. Screening. Right? Screening. You must know how to set a screen, whether it's on the ball or off the ball. And now you also need to learn how to become your own screener. So let's talk about now first setting screens away from the ball. See, when you learn how to set screens away from the ball, what are you doing? You're taking your defender away. So guess what you might be creating? You might be creating a super gap. I pass the ball to the left. My defender has to follow me. They have to be in help position. If they don't know any better, they're hugging me. They follow me. I just created a super gap for my teammate to attack. If he wants to attack the midline where I just came from, I might be wide open because guess what? Attack to attract just happened. My defender has to help. My teammate saw his face. My teammate has space. My teammate passes the ball. Splash. That's simple. Right? So learning how to screen, a lot of times you want to learn how to screen away from the ball because you want to attract too much help. And then you want to have what I call an S3 mentality. See, when you go screen away from the ball, screen first, away, now you need to learn how to slip the screen to become a scorer. That's S3 mentality. So every time I would go set a screen, I'm always looking to slip the screen because if the defense wants to switch, I hear switch, I become the opposite color of my teammate. If I'm going away, I pass the ball to the left, I'm going away to go set a down screen for my teammate, and I hear my defender yell switch. So they're waiting for my teammate to come up. I'm going to roll to the basket. My teammate more than likely probably went high. I'm going to do the opposite of my teammate and go low. That's simple. If my teammate heard switch and he broke off his cut and ended up going to the basket, then I'm going to replace my teammate and come back to the basketball high. So we become opposites that attract. He goes high, I go low. He goes low, I go high. So we just kind of split the difference, right? My teammate goes high, I go low. My teammate goes low, I go high. I just have that SB mentality. So that's learning how to set screens off the ball. Let's talk about setting screens on the ball, a ball screen, right? Becoming a very dominant, pro-dominant way of offense, which is good, okay? Learning how to set screens on the ball. If you are the person setting the screen, understand your scoring options. After you set the screen, you might roll to the basket as a roller, or you might become a popper and pop out. If you can shoot, you might be a popper, right? If you really can't, you want to look to be dominant and roll to the basket, right? And then you have also, as now the primary ball handler that might be getting the screen, you want to understand your options, right? As the primary ball handler, can you reject the screen, right? Can you beat the coverage, right? Can you understand how to get a re-screen to kind of give you an idea, right? But the whole key here too is learning how to become your own screener, because let's face it, sometimes teammates don't set great screens. So how do you become your own screener? Learn how to get open with cuts. Learn how to cut sharply and hard. Learn how to backdoor cut. Learn how to face cut a defender. Learn how to get a defender to play you soft. Learn how to make contact with a defender to control them legally, then go opposite of where you need to go, right? That's how you do that. So when you take the mentality of a great offense, which is number one, spacing. You need 12 to 15 feet of spacing. Key teaching point. Number two, ball movement. Get ball reversals. Create long closeouts. Number three, be hard to guard as a player, right, with player movement. Number four, understand how to penetrate and pitch, right? Understand how to attack to attract. See face, got space, make pass. See back, keep your attack. And number five, screening. I just went over that. You put that together, you're going to move on that court like a boss, and I guarantee it, because I did. Let's keep the momentum going with the bonus I mentioned earlier. We covered a lot in this video, and I want to make sure I'm really helping you out. So I'd like to offer you a free gift that covers all the must-know basketball principles and in what situation to apply them. This is a powerful guide of best practices, tips, and skills empowering you to take charge of your game. Just click the link in the description below, and you can download the guide I put together as my gift to you. Enjoy it and keep attacking.